Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video, wherever you are, whatever you may be doing. Thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. It is a Wednesday, so that means it's time once again for our weekly Top 10 countdown. And this one comes to us by request from my man Eric, who actually requested this probably, I would say, middle of August. And then he gave me 5 or 6 different ideas, and they were all based around Halloween, since Halloween is coming up. His favorite time of the year is fall. His favorite holiday is Halloween. So I told him I would try to do all the top 10 countdowns. And the week he asked me is when I did the one about top 10 best-selling Halloween candies. So this week we're going to do another one that he asked me to do, and that is top 10 all-time best thriller movies. Now we're going to do this countdown, but I'm going to do it twice, and I'm going to explain to you why I'm doing it twice. The only way to really know what the best all-time top 10 movies are, because there's a chance if you talk to people, one's going to like this one, well, one ain't going to like that one. There's going to be some that haven't seen all these movies. So you have to get on the internet and look at which movies made the most amount of money. And that way you know which ones were the most popular. So I did that. But, of course, they come out at all different times. And as you know, each year, movie prices go up. So, of course, the ones that have come out, more in the 21st century are going to bring in more money than the ones that came out back in the 80s or 90s, because ticket prices cost probably around about half. So I'm going to give you the top 10 countdown based on how much money each movie actually made. And then I found a guy who did the adjusted countdown, which what he did was he took the 2019 ticket prices and factored it in to each of these movies and found out about how much they would have made if they would have all had the 2019 ticket prices instead of 1980 or 81 or whenever they came out. So we're going to have the top 10 countdown based on how much they actually made, and then we'll do the top 10 countdown based on how much they would have made if each movie would have had the 2019 ticket prices. Number 10 on the list came out in the year 2000, and it made $155.4 million, and that was called What Lies Beneath. Number 9 came out in the year 2000. It made $159 million, and that was Scary Movie. Number 8 on the list is pretty recent. It came out in 2018, and it made $159.3 million, and that was Halloween. Of course, Halloween has been redone over and over and over and over and over again, but this was the 2018 Halloween movie. Number 7 on the list is another recent movie. Came out in 2017, and it made $176 million, and that was called Get Out. Number 6 on the list came out in 2019, and it made $195.7 million, and that was called It Chapter 2. Before we get into the top 5, we'll recap 10 through 6. 10, What Lies Beneath. 9, Scary Movie. 8, Halloween. 7, Get Out. And 6 was It Chapter 2. Number 5 on the list was The Exorcist, which of course came out in 1973. And even back in 1973, it made $232.9 million. Number 4 came out in 1984, and that was a phenomenal year. I know this one really good-looking handsome, awesome guy who was born in 1984, and that was Ghostbusters. It made $242.2 million. Number 3 on the list came out in 1975, and it made $260 million, and that was Jaws. Number 2 on the list came out in 1999, and it made $293.5 million, and that was The Sixth Sense. And the highest grossing all-time thriller movie came out in 2017, and it made $327.5 million, and that is It. I'm not saying that's it. I'm saying it's It. That's the movie. It. The 2017 edition made $327.5 million. And just for craps and giggles, I'll tell you the 5 that barely missed the top 10 as far as money making, and that was Gremlins, The Meg, The Blair Witch Project, The Conjuring, and The Ring. That was numbers 11 through 15. And now we'll look at the top 10 if each movie came out and had the same ticket prices as 2019, which is when this list I just gave you came out, because as you know, in 2020, all the theaters were shut down. So, of course, last year, no movie that came out made any money. So 1 through 10, if they all had the 2019 ticket prices, the highest grossing movie of all time, as far as thrillers go, would be Jaws. Number 2, The Exorcist. Number 3, Ghostbusters. Number 4, The Sixth Sense. Number 5, Gremlins. Number 6, It. Number 7, Jaws 2. Number 8 is the Amityville Horror. Number 9, Alien. And number 10, Scary Movie. And that, once again, would be the top 10 highest grossing all-time thriller movies if each movie had the 2019 ticket prices. Because you look at it and you think about Jaws made $260 million in 1975. Now, I don't know exactly how much it cost to go to a movie back in 1975, but I can tell you that my grandfather told me that him and my grandmother back in, I believe it was 1960 or 61, used to go to a movie, and they paid, I think, $1 and $1.50 a ticket, somewhere along in there. So I would say if it was $1 or $1.50 in 1960, then more than likely in 1975 it was probably $4 or $5. Now, of course, I ain't been to a movie in probably 15 years, but the last time I went to a movie, they were, I think, $13. So I would say now it's at least $20 a ticket. I really honestly don't know. But it's amazing. Think about Jaws coming out in 1975, and it made $260 million. And then It, in 2017, made $327.5 million. So that is a 42-year difference, and It only made about 67.5 more money. So you can imagine how much more money Jaws would have made if it would have came out, in 2014, 2015, somewhere along in there. But Eric has given me more top 10 countdowns based on Halloween. I may do another one next week, but I've also been asked by my man Jordan to do a top 10 video based on Pigeon Forge. I may do that next week. I'm not sure yet, but it'll be one of those two for next week. I always enjoy getting feedback on top 10 countdowns, and I know my man, they call him Mr. Clemson Facebook, Kevron, will be excited because he said he always enjoys watching my top 10 countdowns. And of course, I didn't get to do one last week, so I guess he's glad that I brought it back this week. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. It's my wife's birthday next week, and she's been leaving jewelry catalogs all over the house. So I got her a magazine rack. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.